You guys know that Lion Syndicate, aka Derek, is not one to mince his words. And for the past couple of seasons and the past couple of weeks, I've been going hard as far as the Detroit Lions and their lack of pass rush. Not only does it fall on Aaron Glenn and the scheme, it predominantly falls on general manager Brad Holmes. And I know that he was working out of the sewer like the Ninja Turtles in 2021, coming off that the man that shall not be named, his regime. Coming off that, I understand what he was working with, but in my opinion, going into year 3, including the draft, there's no excuse to have as abysmal of a pass rush as the Detroit Lions have. We had ample opportunity in year 3 to get some sort of pass rush, and the best we could do, honestly, was nothing. Real talk. Not a single edge rusher was brought in at any point in the 2023 offseason. So that brings us to this individual here. Now, I've been very hard on Bruce Irvin, but I will try to think with an open mind, especially after reading this article. Not that, I mean, you guys right now don't like negativity, but in the words of the great coach, Mike Tomlin, I'll just put it like this.
We do not care.
We
do not care. We do not care.
I do not care. I do not care. And I say that with love. I do not care. I cannot care. I watch this team. I give you my thoughts. Nothing more, nothing less. Remember that. Not a pansy, not a patsy. Either way, I'm neither one of them, right? So we're going to go. I read this article. Now, Dave Burkett stuff is under subscription. So I'll still put the source in the comment section or the description. But you need a subscription to read anything from Dave Burkett. Well, I would say 90% of Dave Burkett stuff. He is like the lead writer at the Detroit Free Press. And Bruce Irvin was kind of confused as to why he didn't get picked up before this point in the season. And I could see a reason as to why he ended up a Detroit Lion. Here's what he had to say. This is coming from Dave Burkett. You would think I was a cancer or something. Irvin told the Free Press this week. I just don't know, bro. I played good in the playoff game. I just knew I was going to get at least a workout. Nothing. So he didn't get any call or he didn't get anything. He continues to say, Irvin said the Jacksonville Jaguars, let's go back. Irvin said the Jacksonville Jaguars called this fall and wanted to sign him to the practice squad, but wouldn't guarantee they'd elevate him to playing games. The Minnesota Vikings also reached out for a workout too, but Irvin declined. He continues on to say here, he says, then in early November, when the Lions and Irvin's old high school teammate, linebacker coach Kelvin Shepard, called and told him they needed pass rush help, Irvin knew it was just the right time, the right situation for me. They got some good stuff going on here, man, Irvin said. And my homie's the coach, Kelvin Shepard, the position coach. So there was a lot that went into it. So it sounds like that not only the Jacksonville Jaguars, but the Minnesota Vikings, that he could have gone to either one of those teams. But of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got Josh Allen, they got Trayvon Walker. So they got some guys over there. So they couldn't promise that he would come up. And then you have the situation with the Minnesota Vikings, and I guess they felt very similar. But he turned that workout down. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall for the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, he couldn't have predicted the injury to Kirk Cousins, but that could have been the situation there. So why did the Detroit Lions bring him in? And again, I think Bruce Irvin, not that he watches the content, but he know when you talk about his age, that's something that's going to be a thing. The dude is 36 years old. But here's why he was brought in to the Detroit Lions. The Lions, 8-3, ranked 26th in the league in sack percentage and have gotten little production from their edge rushers outside of Aiden Hutchinson, 5.5 sacks. Julian Okwara, Charles Harris, Romeo Okwara, John Kaminsky, and Josh Pascal have a combined 4.5 sacks this season. That is utterly abysmal. Now, again, somebody said in a comment section, it was on Twitter, that I'm the type of fan that wants the Lions to lose so that I can say I told you so. And I thought that was disrespectful. Of course, I say I told you all the time, but that's because I watch this team. I believe that I'm above average as far as the average fan. I don't think I'm the average fan. I think I'm a little better than that. Not better than that, but a little different. Like, I look deeper than the average fan. So why did he come in? Here's what Dan Campbell had to say. He's a craftsman. He does have a quick first step, but he's really good with his hands and his hips. He can bend. And so that's been developed over time. And that's a little bit like riding a bike when you're somebody like him. But check this out. Irvin said he's confident he can contribute down the stretch to a defense that has struggled since the bye. The Lions have given up 26 points or more, or 26 or more points in each of their past 3 games, and had 2 sacks in November. Both of those sacks, by the way, came against Justin Fields. But check this out. I like what he said, and this might single-handedly be directed at me. Obviously not, but this is what I say. He says, I'm different, bro. 36 is just a number. I move like I'm 25. Once that whistle blows, I promise you they're not going to be thinking about, oh, he's 36 years old. I can dig it. I can dig it because that is what I need to hear. Kelvin says he's now brought in that championship mentality. This is the only way to do things. It's not on this day we're going to raise it and then, oh, my body hurts. That's the only way to do it every day. And I think that's something he's been on the top of these guys. So he's talking about the dialogue with the other players, with the other, probably the pass rushers, trying to get that veteran leadership, that D-line solidified. So I've been talking about the lack of a pass rush forever since I've been on this platform. And when I say I'm talking about 2018 when this channel didn't exist. And the closest we've come to addressing it is Aiden Hutchinson. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something different today. Instead of the land before time Bruce Irvin, I'm going to give him a break. I'm going to see what he has. Since he said age ain't nothing but a number and he feel like he's 25. Okay. I know I don't feel like I'm 25. I'm 44, so he's 36, still in football shape. We'll see what he got. He said when the whistle blow, you'll see. So at this point, we don't have a choice. He's my only hope. He is my only hope, in my opinion, because you know how I feel about James Houston. We'll talk about him later. Bruce Irvin is my last hope. He really is. At some form of pass rush, not even a legitimate pass rush. 2 sacks in the month of November against the same quarterback. We can't even get a decent pass rush. Maybe Bruce Irvin would be somebody you have to account for. And, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him tomorrow. Our pass rush is that putrid that a 36-year-old pass rusher I'm excited to see. And I hope he gets, I'm telling you, I hope he gets 6-7 sacks. That'd be tremendous. Tremendous. Again, when I see what could have happened, when I see what the Detroit Lions, who they passed on, what they could have done, okay? And again, I have never said break the team. I've never said mess up the chemistry of the team. Bruce Irvin obviously had a connection with Kelvin Shepherd. He obviously saw that the Detroit Lions were shaping up to be that team, passed on the Minnesota Vikings. He wanted an opportunity to play. So maybe he'll make the most of his opportunity, get out there and wreak havoc. We'll see. Listen, nothing would please me more than tomorrow for him to get a sack or 2 or 3. Or even if he's out there and Hutch gets the sacks, that's what I want to see. So we'll see. We'll see. But I tell you what, Bruce Irvin or not, 36 years old or not, Brad Holmes has no choice but in free agency, in the draft, somehow, some way, he needs to address the pass rush. There is zero excuse, no more offense, no more anything. He's built the offense. Get this pass rush. No doubt about it. No more excuses. So let's see what Bruce Irvin has tomorrow. And for the last time, for the foreseeable future, we'll see what the land before. I'll address him as the land before time because I like that. He knows people talking about his age, but look, I don't care, and
we do not care.
Neither does he. So you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. Go blue, and as always, go Lions.